Can you recommend some AI tools for social media content?
Yeah, so there are a few tools that are really good for social media content, and obviously at Influence Builders we're a little bit agnostic to tools, so we don't want to recommend one tool over another because there's so many different tools, and eventually it's just about you using these tools in the right way and not necessarily picking the right tools. But if I were to suggest a couple tools for people working in social media, there would be obviously ChatGPT. It's very versatile. You can use it for many different things. You can test ideas. You can create images. So it's really a very good tool for that. But if you then want something that's a little bit better in terms of writing, maybe Claude is better. If you're trying to look for information online, do some research, do some deep thinking, maybe Perplexity might be better for that. So I think if you use a combination of these three tools, you can really get better results. But eventually, it's about how you use the tools and not the tools you use.
Say more about that.
Well, it's kind of like saying what is the best restaurant in the world. There's so many different options. And eventually it's what you're going to do in that restaurant. Is it just a light snack? Is it, fine dining? Is it, there's so many different ways you can see this issue. I think with all the tools that are out there in terms of AI, in terms of automation, I think it's first about what is your need, and then we can sort of see what tools work. And then there's a lot of websites where you can compare different tools on speed, on price, on convenience, on results. So I think the first step is to understand your needs, then see which tool works for you, if it's worth it, and then sort of get better at using that tool to get better results.
How would you approach that idea of understanding your own needs?
Well, I think it's really pretty straightforward. I think it's about listing all the activities you do as a team on a weekly basis and pinpointing the activities you don't necessarily enjoy doing, and then see if an AI tool can do that and if it's worth your time. Because sometimes a lot of teams might say, I've used AI, it's not working. Or I've used AI and I'm spending too much time prompting it to get a good result. So it's not worth my time, right? So I think it's first about, the key is to identify your needs. So seeing the activities you're doing on a weekly basis, seeing the ones you don't want to do or the ones that are energy drains, and then seeing which AI tool can help you sort of fill that gap.